100,000 students graduated from the school system during my tenure, and one of their diploma has my signature on it. And what is good about that, based on the National Clearinghouse research, a large percentage of them have gone on to college and returned to college and completed college. I'd like to think that those teachers and those principals and all the support staff that worked with me for 12 years on behalf of those students made a contribution with it in conjunction with the support from their parents. And obviously, none of this could have happened without the support from the Board of Education. It's been a tremendous run. My wife and I both decided that we needed to look at some other options in our lives. You may be aware of the fact that prior to the third term, I had an opportunity to be superintendent in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I chose to stay here for that third term. Well, we're coming to the conclusion of the third term now. And furthermore, this decision to move on and to retire didn't just happen based on an announcement recently. We have empirical evidence. I think you'll see in your board packet in an article last year that I publicly stated that I did not intend to seek another term. I've never asked for another term. That's a 4-year term. There's no such thing as a renewal or extension of a contract. The board would be in an illegal status to try to give me a partial contract or a year contract. And more importantly, I have bragged about this unique experience and relationship around the country. I'm one of the few superintendents in America that can talk about the relationship that I've had with my Board of Education. We've been very honest and very open with each other. And they will be the first to tell you that one of the statements that I've often made is that the things that we do it with a handshake. Even when we disagree, when it's over, it's a handshake. So this is not one of those administrations and superintendent board relationship where we're contentious. This is not one of those relationships where we're constantly fighting and bickering. The word controversy should never be a part of this identity with the Board of Education in Baltimore County. That simply isn't the case. Our successes are successes that we enjoy together and successes that we own together. Now, with regards to student achievement, again, I take great pride in the fact that upon my arrival, the one thing that I did, because I wanted to make sure that there were no confusion and no misassumptions about what has actually taken place, we documented everything that has transpired here, even prior to my coming. And if you don't hear anything coming from me directly without supporting evidence, I would suggest that you be extremely suspicious. And we made sure that we had outside entities to look over our shoulder, again, to minimize those opportunities for people to create their own perceptions of what actually has taken place with the Baltimore County Public Schools. And one thing that you need to understand about Joe Hairston, I'm not your glad-handing superintendent. And I'm not going to get out here in your face and smile and then say one thing and do the opposite. I've been consistent from the very first day I arrived here. And one thing that I knew had to be my primary focus: children, the students of the Baltimore County Public Schools. I had to make a choice. I could spend my energy wrestling with adult attitudes and personalities, or I could spend my energies relying on the training and the professional development that I received as a school superintendent to run the school system on behalf of the citizens of this county, to provide the best educational experience for their children. I believe you'll see that the evidence speaks for itself. It is undeniable. And once again, I want to thank all of the community citizens who have been supportive of our efforts. No one in this country that I know of, and I've been researching this day in and day out, and I ask you to join me in this research. Find another superintendent with a 12-year tenure in a school system in America as diverse as Baltimore County, with over 100,000 students, with the performance that we have. It does not exist. Having said that, I think this press conference should be the empirical evidence of what I've had to go through to accomplish what we've accomplished. Now I'll leave it at this point to respond to questions